Okay, each year Sports Illustrated puts out their 2023, or every year they put out their bold predictions. And this year they think that Goff's going to get a huge contract and Jameson Williams is going to shine. I'm going to show you why I think both of this is true. But the one roadblock for Jameson Williams, we'll get to that in just a second. But yes, Goff earning a massive contract. I think it's absolutely going to happen this offseason or during the season or next offseason, just because I don't see Goff regressing in Ben Johnson's offense. I just don't see it. So we'll get to Goff in just a second. But Jameson Williams, yesterday there was a press conference. Dan Campbell talked, and I just listened to it, and I listened to the questions. And Carlos Meneres, I hope I'm saying his name right, asked a question about Jameson Williams, going back to tweets that he liked and will he ever grow up and all this. And Dan Campbell, I thought, handled it perfectly. He just said, it's not a big deal, man. I mean, it's not a big deal. So what does he do? Carlos Meneres asked that question yesterday. Dan Campbell said it's non-story, no big deal. And today he comes out with an article. Lions Williams needs to grow up fast and apologize to Goff. It's like, come on, man. What are these guys doing? And there's disruptors in every industry. That's what Craig and I are doing in this space. Is we're disrupting this stuff, this crap right here, because this is an old story. It's over. It's done. He's on the field. He's practicing. The tweets about Lamar was 6 months ago. You asked Dan Campbell directly about it. He says, no big deal. Come out with an article. He needs to grow up. He needs to apologize. He's growing up. He's on the field. He's going. He's playing. Let's go. And so I just don't understand why that has to happen. So that's the only roadblock in Jameson Williams' career is can he block this out? Can he block out this stuff? Detroit Free Press, it's not free, by the way. You got to pay for it. Can he block all this out to continue to play well and do things that he needs to do to get on the field and be a good teammate, good player? Seen some highlights from him. Looks fast, looks good. I mean, come on. I mean, and then in the press conference, I'm like, invite Craig and I into the press conference. We'll ask some questions. Hey, I mean, seriously, off the top of my head, hey, Coach Campbell, has there been a moment since you've been here where you've maybe looked into the crowd and just thought, man, that one moment where you're like, man, these Detroit fans, they love it here. They love this. They love what we're doing. This is a sports-hungry, football-hungry town. Was there ever a moment you saw that? Like, that's a question. I don't know. Instead, hey, 6 months ago, Jameson Williams liked a tweet. Want to talk about that again, Coach? Man, hey, Coach, what offensively? Where do you see the growth most? Hey, offensively, where do you see that maybe you need to work on a point of emphasis this year? Defensively, man, didn't play well last year, obviously, but then really turned it on. Do you expect to stay in the base defense that was so successful last year? Or now with these new guys, do you think you can put some more wrinkles in? Is that really what you'd like to do? That's some questions. Man, okay. That's some questions. That's just some questions I have. It's just that I would ask if I was standing in front of Coach Campbell, not, hey, Jameson Williams, let's try to dig something up and keep this story going. He gambled. He's suspended. We'll see you week 7. Hopefully he can stay out of trouble and stay doing the right thing and block out the noise in order to get there. But back to Jared Goff. Jared Goff is going to be, he's 28. He's coming off the best year of his career, and it wouldn't be surprising if the Lions move to extend him mid-season, especially if he's playing well. Detroit is never going to lose enough games to get itself into the squalor for the Williams. Oh yeah, so we're not going to be bad enough to get into the situation where we can draft a good quarterback, next year, and it's good. We're fine. We don't need that. We have Goff. We got Hendon Hooker. Goff, you could give him a good. And that's the beauty of Brad Holmes is Brad Holmes is not going to give him a 10-year deal, anything like that. It's going to be a 4-year deal, 5-year deal. Oh, right here, 4-year deal, $160 million with like options to get out of it after year 3, right? So you're getting Goff at age 31, and if it's like, all right, we need to move on, then fine. If not, then keep him. Hendon Hooker's there. All right, Hendon Hooker's been sitting behind him for a couple of years. Man, I think he really can take the next step. Fine. No, Hooker's not ready. We have Goff. We have Goff. We're lucky to have Goff. We're lucky to have Hendon Hooker. We're in a great place. Think how hard it is in all the times we didn't have a quarterback. We did not have a quarterback all those years when it was like Charlie Batch and oh my gosh, all those guys. Just oh man. What's his name? Joey Harrington. I mean, Joey Harrington, we were like, this is it. This is it. Joey Harrington, Oregon. Before Oregon was cool, though, that's the thing about Joey Harrington. Their Oregon was coming on a little bit, but they weren't like the cool Oregon that they are today. That's how we should have known that was never going to work. So, I mean, let's just look at this. You tell me Jamo's going to be good. Whoop, bang, easy. This is so easy. He looks sweet too. Let's watch that again. Oh man, love that guy. Love him. Now, hey, I'll be honest. He makes me nervous. I hope he can stay out of trouble all the way until he plays in November. Right? It's a long time, so there's a lot of different things can go on, a lot of off season. But I just keep saying, once he gets into the game, once he gets going, he'll be golden. So while no one was hoping for gambling suspension for the talented 2020 first-round pick, the Lions have been able to hold serve with their dominant running game, plus an underrated, still improving quarterback in Jared Goff. That will give Williams a bit of element to surprise when he comes back. Defenses won't be prepared how easily he can decimate a secondary. Oh, I think that's huge. You know, again, if he can stay healthy, continue to improve, and then he comes back fresh as can be week 7, are you kidding me? Like, I just think it's going to be out of this world. I can't wait to see that. So, again, we can't wait to see Jameson Williams. We really, really wanted to see him last year. That was the question. When will he be back? When will he be back? Obviously, we all kind of knew deep down he really wasn't going to play last year, but he's so good. He gets in, runs around, finds the ball, scores against Green Bay in an absolute huge game, called back for holding or hands of the face, whatever. But this is huge. The Lions are going to be good, and thanks to Jared Goff, and that's just the way it is. Jared Goff is the man, and just exactly what we wanted to see. So let's look here: risers and fallers of OTAs. 6 risers, 3 fallers. Let's look at this. Fan Nation. Riser, Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs continues to impress with quick movement and his ability in the passing game. Love it. That's great to hear. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Simply put, St. Brown is the most consistent player on the field. I mean, this guy is just so rock solid. Gets open, catches everything. Boom, book it. Whenever the Lions need a must-have play, guess who they're going to? I mean, if your defense is going against the Lions this year, 3rd and 5, triple team St. Brown. And that's the beauty of it, is we move him around. We know that he's going to open up other things for our tight ends. Awesome. Here he is. Iffy Melifonwu. What's up, man? Detroit secondary has been performing well and holding their own against talented receivers. Melifonwu showcased some fire even during walkthroughs as he needed to walk off the field after being involved in a skirmish. Love it. This dude is big. He's strong. 3rd round pick, Syracuse, one of Brad Holmes' first picks. Just battled injuries. Love to see him back out there. Parker Romo, given his first opportunity to compete, Romo showcased his booming leg at this point, he's certainly above Riley Patterson on the depth chart. Really? Parker Romo. Keep an eye on their kicking situation. We're serious about it this year. We're not messing around. Another one, Derek Barnes. Good to see old Derek Barnes. I mean, this guy up and down all over the place, but he has an ability to just be super athletic, and that's what I love about him. But if he can just figure it out, he overruns plays. He's not in the right place. He's slow to react sometimes. If Derek Barnes can get it figured out, man, that'd be awesome. Maurice Alexander, another riser. I've always liked him. A young wideout. He's played a little special teams. Would love to see him do something this year. Now let's look at the fallers. Riley Patterson. At this point, it seems like we wasted a draft pick bringing him. We still don't know what that is. I mean, that's just, who knows, like a 7th round pick and 4 years from now. You know, I'm not worried about it. But yeah, Patterson does not have the booming leg as Romo. So that's the thing, and that's what the decision is going to have to be for the Lions. Do you go with the booming leg or the consistency of Patterson? Don't know. That's a tough one. Jameson Williams, holding number 12 pick to a much higher standard, is not period, and the quarterbacks on the same page as often as they need to be. No problem. It's OTAs. What are we doing? That's what we're doing out here, is trying to get loose and doing things. And then Nate Sudfeld. Offensive coordinator indicated the team is putting a significant amount of pressure on the team's quarterbacks. We are constantly evaluating, putting pressure on them, see what they can do on the field in team settings. The truth really comes out. I believe when you have the bullets flying for real, which we can't have right now. So the training camp will really tell us where we're at behind Jared. But so far, I really feel good about that room. Yeah, Sudfeld's not great. So that's okay. That's all right. All right. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.